nrg.online. It's now time for another episode of NRG This Week.
Hey everybody, Mike Weiner here, NRG CEO and founder. Another episode of NRG This Week. I am a solo act today. Leon Thomas usually runs it with me, but he is busy today. I do wish Leon, NJ, they produce this event every single week. We've been doing this over 3 years now. It's hard to believe. We are just one day to Thanksgiving. And I am thankful for my immediate family, my NRG family, my beautiful bride, who is now my wife. Tanya and I got married. It's just been 5 weeks, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Had to do the math. It's been 40 days ago. And I'm just super excited, super thankful. We also have a new lifetime member, Mark Lane, and really excited about Mark. We'll have him on the show here very soon. So we have a special edition today. I've got one of my favorite members, Leanne Cannon. So I'm going to bring Leanne Cannon out, and we are going to talk. So Leanne, come on out to, I always say Studio 54, because that's a disco studio back in the day in New York, and I love disco music, so I keep it alive. So Leanne, how are you today?
Hi there, Mike. Fabulous, and even better now.
Awesome. So, Leanne, you've been with me now, I think, a little over a year. You actually brought our first lifetime member. You do some amazing things. You're always there. You're such a team player. When I need extra support, you're there. You're one of the members that always says a nice word to me, always empowering me. So, take 2 minutes, Leanne. Tell us what you do. I know what you do, but we've got viewers now, and this is actually recorded. This is live, and this will be on NRG's YouTube channel. We'll be putting on LinkedIn, Facebook. But take 2 minutes, Leanne, talk about what you do.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mike. I'll be happy to do that. First of all, I am a motivational speaker, author, business and life coach, mindset mentor, and certified law of attraction practitioner. And I do work with entrepreneurs to help them get clear about their vision, what it is they're really after, what's holding them back, so that we can then explore solutions and map out a strategy. But what makes my coaching so different really is because we do implement the laws of attraction, frequency, energy, and vibration. And so many people know about the law of attraction. They've heard about it, they've read about it, and even have maybe tried to implement these things. But when you don't know how, you just don't know how. And so I love to show people how to do that, because it really does become like the wind against your back with forward momentum. And last thing I'll mention real quick is my women empowerment group called Divas with a Dream. Women entrepreneurs who come together to support and encourage one another.
It's funny, every time you say diva, there is a football team in the DC area called the Washington Divas. It's a football, and they play tackle football, Leanne. Can you imagine that? And every time you say diva, I have a flashback. They were actually in NRG a couple of years ago, and I was friends with one of the, I tell you what, I would not want to run into her in an alley. They are strong. I can tell they got biceps there. So, Leanne is amazing. And like I said, been a member of NRG. We've developed a great friendship. So, Leanne, a lot of people have heard of law of attraction. 2 minutes, what would you say is a real good definition? Law of attraction, you and I were talking before the show. It's not something you wake up and go, oh, I'm going to do law of attraction today. It's something that becomes part of you. I have been studying it for about 12, 13 years. It's part of who I am. It's part of Mike Weiner. What's your definition of law of attraction?
That's such a good question. And I'm going to talk as fast as I possibly can about this. When I will say that when I first heard about this, I thought it was just a bunch of hoo-ha, and I really started to blow it off. I came this close. I'm so glad I did not do that, because it is absolutely life-changing. But the thing is it is a law. Law of attraction and all the laws I mentioned before are laws, just like gravity, just like I'll take these magnets. They click together. It's attraction. Everybody knows about magnets. They don't question it. It's not woo-woo. It's just science. And the thing is if you don't use it right, you could do this all day, and they won't go together. And that's what happens oftentimes with people trying to use the law of attraction ineffectively. Can I give you the analogy I mentioned earlier, or should I wait till later?
Go for it. That was a great analogy.
Okay, so, well, what I said is to Mike, and I will say to you, that I believe is absolutely true, is that everyone has the ingredients. For example, if I had a delicious cake right here, and you're drooling, and then I hand you it, and you eat it, and you think, oh, I've just got to have the recipe. I would say to you, well, you have all the ingredients in your house. Yeah, but what are the ingredients? And so I tell you what the ingredients are. Now you know what the ingredients are. Yeah, but how do I put them together? And if I put it in the oven, how long? And at what temperature? I need the recipe. And so I say, people who want to learn about the law of attraction, they already have all the ingredients. Everyone does. But if you don't know how to put it all together, then you can be journaling and affirming and doing all the things you think you know you should do and not come up with what you really want. I have the recipe. And I show people how to implement these laws in their life and business so they can actually have what they want.
Man, that is so beautifully said. I love it, with the ingredients, and you're the recipe, and you bring it all together. If Tanya mentions the word cake, I don't even have to see it. I'm like drooling. I'm ready. I know she just brought some stuff home for Thanksgiving. And this episode is coming to you one day before Thanksgiving. And in a couple minutes, I'm going to ask Leanne what her Thanksgiving message is to you. I'm going to get hers. I'm going to give you mine, and we're gonna empower you today. Leanne, give us an example of one of your clients' testimonial, how you helped them. Maybe it was implementing law of attraction and doubling their business. Maybe it was increasing their self-confidence after a divorce or a job loss, starting a new business. Take a couple minutes, give us an example. Obviously, don't mention them by name. Would protect the innocent, right? That old line. But give us an example of someone that you were able to help out.
I'd be so happy to do that, Mike. And this is very recent, as of just last year, the one that I'm mentioning now. What I'm doing and offering is a one-day law of attraction intensive. It's because it's Black Friday, is half the cost that it usually is. But this entrepreneur had her one-day law of attraction business intensive. And this is what she said to me. I'll just read it off to you. She said, I cannot tell you the weight that's lifted off my shoulders and the anxiety I'm not feeling, because now I have structure, I have systems, I've got clarity, and I've got ideas. And then she said, I highly, highly, highly recommend Leanne Cannon. I feel joyous, I feel grateful, I feel free, and I feel empowered. So then she ended her comment by saying, instead of struggling, pick up the phone and call Leanne. I said, okay. So I appreciate that.
Testimonial. Yeah. No, that's a great testimonial, Leanne.
Thank you. And anybody that would want to see other testimonials, if you go to myclientscomments.blogspot.com, you'll have like a whole lot of comments just from a variety of people.
Awesome. So Leanne, you were introduced to me not that long ago through another member. You came to the meeting. After the meeting, you joined right away. What is and I call on you frequently because you're testimonial it's riveting in so many ways, and your ROI was incredible. So share that testimonial for our audience today and in the future. You may be watching this. It might be the year 2030, and Leanne and I haven't aged a day. So Leanne, share your share your testimonial for NRG with our audience.
I would be so happy to do that, Mike. So very happy to do that because I've been networking for like a lot of years. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'm such a networker that that's the very reason why my company is called Canon Coaching and Connecting, because I've always been a connector. I've always even run my own networking events and attended others. And I've not seen anything like NRG. In fact, to me, it stands for energy, okay? Because of the energy of the group, Mike has created a family environment here. It's beyond networking here. These people on the screen every day, I was going to say every week, but every day, many times a day, we actually care about each other. And everyone is figuring out, who do I know that might help you? And the other thing is about NRG, is it's not just a name on a page for a referral. Mike has created something called Pinball, which we don't have time to explain, but it helps you identify who would be a meaningful lead for this person or that. So that is really the feel of NRG. Oh, not to mention endless referrals. I wish I had more time to talk about this. I know I have to be quick, but there's no end. And you would just never wake up wondering, gee, who should I call? Oh, that just doesn't happen here at all. Anyway, I need to keep going. So just to say about my return on investment, happened like this, 60 days, but not really 60 days, because in that period of time, as soon as I joined, 60 days later, I got my return on the investment, and my money has multiplied, of course. But during that period of time, I wound up with COVID. That was not fun, but it took me out of the game for like 10 days or better. Okay, MIA there. But then the fun part was during that period of time, I also went on vacation with my family. So it really wasn't a full 60 days is what I'm getting at. And so I would just say to anybody in any industry, as it turns out, if you want referrals, meaningful referrals on a daily basis, to connect with people all over the country and actually the world, because it is international now. You just cannot go wrong with NRG. That's it.
I appreciate that, Leanne. That was eloquently said. And by the way, we got a comment from Barbara Ringrose, who's been a member in the Ellicott City meeting. Great to see two wonderful people connecting on NRG this week. And Barbara, we wish you and your family as well a happy Thanksgiving. So,
and
Leanne, we're going to wrap up here pretty quick.
Barbara and I are collaborating. Barbara, thank you for your comment, dear. We're looking forward to collaborating. Yep.
Leanne, two more questions and we're wrapped. What is your Thanksgiving message for everyone watching today? What is your message? And I'll kind of input mine in here in a little bit, but what would you like to say to people as they get ready to spend time with family, kind of think about the year, think about what they're grateful for, but what would your message be to them?
Well, it's all about gratitude. You know, it's really all about gratitude. If you ask anybody, are you grateful? 99% of people are going to say, of course. But are you practicing gratitude? And that goes beyond, Thanksgiving, which people enjoy being together. But what about every day? Practicing gratitude means paying attention to the things you really are grateful for. I'm talking waking up in the morning, okay? The breath, the things we take for granted, like our eyesight, our hearing, our family, our friends, our business, our health, whatever it might be. It's just a matter of practicing gratitude. And my message, Mike, is to really pay attention and to be grateful every single day.
Leanne, one of the things that I do in conjunction with that, I advise people when they wake up in the morning, before their feet hit the floor, write down in a notebook 3 things they're grateful for. Before they go to bed at night, write down 3 different things than what they wrote in the morning, because you're right. You got to practice it. You can't just go, "Oh, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the sky and the air, and my refrigerator, and my big screen TV." What I'm grateful for this time with you, Leanne. This has been
Like,
special time. Like-minded people come together, and our vibration just gets higher. So, last question, Leanne. Then we're going to wrap.
okay.
Um, what have I not asked you that you'd like to take 2 minutes, and we'll have you wrap up, and then I'll wrap us up totally. But what would you like to share with our audience today?
Well, I think the main thing that I would like to get across is the power, the absolute power of our own thoughts and feelings. I didn't always know that. I never thought my thoughts were powerful. It's like I keep my thoughts to myself. That never happens because our thoughts emanate a frequency that can be measured. And I always love what Neville Goddard says repeatedly. And he says it repeatedly because we need to hear it all the time. And that is that our inner conversation creates our outer life experience. And so someone could even ask, so what I'm thinking is going to make a difference in what happens next? Yes, it always does. And the difference is, are we doing this by design or by default?
Inner conversation creates an outer life. See, Leah, I'd never heard that. And I've been studying. See, we can learn from each other. And, when you join NRG, it's not just Mike, it's not just Lori, it's not just Leanne, it's the cumulative efforts of us all coming together. Yes, we're a networking organization. Yes, you get results, but we're all here together. So, I thank you, Leanne, for being here today. Appreciate you. Wish you and your family a great Thanksgiving. I'm going to just talk for 60 seconds and we're going to wrap up. If you haven't been to an NRG meeting, contact me, reach out. We would love to have you out. We are growing rapidly. Just picked up another lifetime member. But Leanne and I and the NRG family would like to say happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. And like Elena Schwartz says at the New York meeting, she goes, "This is not a dysfunctional family. We're all here together." I'm not going to read anything else into that, Leanne, but she always says, "This is not a dysfunctional family." So we're all here. We love you. We will see you next week. Leanne, it's been a pleasure. And
Thank you, Mike.
For Leon Thomas, who's not here, and Leon's got his great racquetball, revival.com. For more information on NRG, it's nrg.online. We will see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Bye for now.
Take care.